Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Today I just wanted to make a video on the OBS and what the OBS was and what it's come to be. It's the same truck. It's been a very favorite truck over the years. I remember growing up myself. I was born mid 80s, so I was a teenager in the 90s. During the time when the OBS was basically brand new. And I remember, all the different trends. The main thing was shaving the whole truck, shaving the door handles, the tailgate, adding a roll pan. And it was all about clean, just a smooth body. And I've got a couple of magazines here. These are old magazines, a trucking magazine. This one's from April 1999, and I've got a Street Trucks magazine. This one's from August 2009. Old magazines, but you'll always find in history, of the OBS. They were on the covers most of the time. They were always on the front cover, and yeah, that was my favorite thing, was getting magazines every month. I remember being 14, 15, 16, getting subscriptions. Matter of fact, I had stacks and stacks, probably hundreds of magazines, most of which I've already gotten rid of. I regret now, looking back. But yeah, growing up, that was my favorite thing. I used to draw. Art was one of my big things. I would draw trucks, buy map colors, and go to town on, drawing up a truck. And but yeah, back then it was these magazines. They advertised all the products. They had, roll pans, and not just your standard roll pan. They had what was called the ZR1 roll pan. They had one that has Supra taillights with a billet grill over them. You had a number of styles that you could choose from, and that was just the roll pan. Then you had the front bumper. They had the smoothie. They had the teardrop fog lights, or you could have that with the billet grill and the bumper. You had a number of options for these trucks. And I guess today I was just thinking about just reflecting on all these. On all the trends that have passed over the years, and now we're here at the an OBS is a classic. An OBS is now, the trend is to basically restore it, and put all the trim back on, the factory bumpers, and you've got the original, and then you've got guys who like to go with the 454 SS look, with the 454 SS mirrors, the grill, the sport package, and yeah, and one thing that really hasn't changed is the front end. People's preference for the front end, it's either 88 to 93 or 94 to 98, and even in these. There's an ad in this particular magazine, this issue of Trucking. There's an ad that was advertised where you could purchase an updated front end. If you had an 88 to 93, you could purchase a kit, which was your grill for a 94 to 98, whether it was Chevy or GMC. It came with the headlights, marker lights, corner lights, bumper filler trim, along with the side pieces, and even the key part that most people miss today is the bumper brackets. Bumper brackets for 94 to 98 push the bumper out slightly. So in that kit, all of those pieces were included so that your front end could look right. And so yeah, I was just reflecting on the history of the OBS and just where it was, where it's at today, and even I've got a photo album here of a truck I put together about 10 years ago, and I'll post it up on the screen, all the pictures. But yeah, so this is my truck. It's a 91 Chevy. I bought it. Actually, I got it in a partial trade. It was a 91 Chevy extended cab. It had that flat grill. This is the first truck that I really put together. Something that I did, you know, almost every nut and bolt, you know, I touched. So here it is, where I lowered it. I had bought a 4.6 drop kit. And the following pictures, you know, every picture that you'll see, I made another modification. Here was the grill. I updated to a 98 style grill with new marker lights and side lights. The next picture, this was a trend that was around for, you know, when the Escalade came out in 99, 2000, the front end swap was all the craze. And I remember this. I remember seeing it and thinking, man, the day that I get an OBS, I want to do a front end swap, Cadillac, an Escalade swap on it. So I picked up this front end for like $500, slapped it on my truck. And like I said, every modification that I made, I would take a picture. In this picture, I got the sport mirrors at the time. I really don't see them around that much anymore, but they were called street scene sport mirrors. And yeah, after the mirrors, after the front end, came some 20-inch wheels. And these were special wheels to me because they were a classic wheel as well. A brand, a company that's not even around anymore, which was called Niche. These were called Niche Bellas. And these were 20-inch. They had a low profile tire. They were used. And I got them off of Craigslist at the time. And so after that came LED tail lights, a roll pan, window tint. I welded in the roll pan. And little by little, I was just getting my truck, you know, the way I wanted it, getting it ready for paint. I ended up putting a sealer, a black sealer, to just kind of help the look of the truck at the time, help it to match better. But eventually I moved on to body work, prepping it for a paint job, a wild, bright paint job. It was my first paint job. It took me about a month in prep and paint. And the color I chose was a green. I can't remember the name of it, but it was when the new Camaros had come out, it was that green. It was like I can't remember the name of it. But here it was after I had wet sanded and buffed it. You know, I took great pride in the paint and the way it came out. The whole overall look of the truck, it just, it really, you know, I was very proud. And, you know, I had this truck for about a year, and after painting it, I only had it for like 3 months before I sold it. And so, you know, I reflect on these pictures. These pictures, you know, I regret selling the truck. I wish I still had it, but I'm glad I have these pictures to remind me. Before I sold it, I did end up changing the wheels, which these wheels I didn't care for these. I got them, and then you know, I regretfully sold the 20s in favor of these. And at the time, this was a trend as well, big wheels. So yeah, that was the truck I had. It was about 10 years ago. The truck I put together. And I forgot to mention, the motor was seized up. I happened to find a motor and transmission combo for $500. I was able to pull that motor and replace it. So, like I said, I just about touched every part of the truck that I could. And it was an awesome truck, awesome build. And so, you know, what I've got going right now is my project Big Red. Still unsure of what direction I want to go with it. Whether I'm gonna put, you know, 20 by 12s on it, keep it at the stock height, do some more mods to it, eventually paint it. But whichever direction I go, whether, you know, big wheels or maybe a 5-lug swap it and 4.6 drop, go that direction. Just not sure yet. tell me what y'all think about, you know, what direction I should go for Project Big Red. Let me know if if y'all have a crew cab as well, what direction you went. But that's gonna do it for this video. I thank y'all for watching. This is a short video, but like I said, it's just reflecting on the OBS. OBS is probably one of my favorite classics now. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If y'all enjoy the content that I'm putting out, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I've also got NBS stuff. I've got a it's new to me, a 2002 Chevy Silverado. I've got some plans for it as well. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.